Let's finally jumped the Final Faction train here, the fandom here, because I finally found Final Faction figures. So for those of you who don't, maybe aren't as familiar, which is I don't know why you'd be watching this video, but Final Faction is a toy line, an in-house toy line produced by Dollar Tree that has been making some waves in the toy collector community. And you've been a little slow to come up to Canada, and I mean, I only have a couple Dollar Trees in my entire city of 1.7 million people. Um, so they were a little hard to come by. And every time I've gone, they've not had them. But I finally found some at a Dollar Tree. We just happened to be there the other day. And the reason why they make waves in the toy collecting community is that they are like the most retro toy line. Because these are just figures. They have a story, but they don't have like a franchise behind them. They're not based on a movie. They're not uh, high-end collectibles or anything like that. They're just super cheap. I paid $1.50 Canadian for each one of these. Super cheap, 5 POA, 5 points of articulation. Figures, 3 3/4 inch, so they're GI Joe sized figures. They're and a sharp contrast with say like reaction figures, which are the same 3 3/4 inch, 5 point of articulation retro sort of figures, but they're like $23 Canadian a piece. These are $1.50. I bought 3 figures. Excuse me. I bought 3 of these figures and 2 of these accessory packs for $8 Canadian, which is like that feels wrong. I should have spent like $100 on all of this based on modern prices of toy collecting things, but I didn't, because like these are just great, and what's so fun about them is they are so retro, right? Like comparing them again to the reaction figures. Reaction are like these deliberately pseudo retro art pieces that are meant to be kept on the box, and they look deliberately retro and all sort of stuff, and they're sold for premium prices. Whereas these are $1.50. They're just a random toy line that a kid can afford. Each one of these figures on here is $1.50. You could buy the entire line. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures. So what? That's 8, 9, 10, 11, $12. $12, you can get the entire line of the action figures. Plus, they have interchangeable parts. You can buy these accessory packs that have, in this case, I bought the bad guys, the Karn, extra arms and whatnot. For the human characters, extra weapons. They do have some vehicles and things like that. And yeah, they're just like super cheap toys that a kid can afford. And so even though they're not tied to any modern license or even retro license from when I was a kid, it was still a very retro experience of buying this, going into a local store, the local drugstore or whatever, and just spending my lunch money on some toys. So it was kind of cool that way. And so I thought, yeah, $8 for everything I bought here. So why not? Why not take the plunge? Everyone's been talking about this Final Faction, so I might as well just do it, and might as well, unbox them here in front of you all. So, let's see here. The fun taking them off the card. Although, do I want to keep the thing here? So it's the drone. So apparently, the Karn in the story, the whole storyline is in 2050. A meteorite has crashed into the moon, destroying the moon and revealing an alien spaceship, which is not so great for our tides and everything else the moon does for us. But, and so you got the good guys, the Final Faction there to stop the Karn, the evil aliens. I got 3 of the evil aliens here. This is the drone, so this is just like basic grunt soldier thing. So let me just get in there. Ooh, I'll just take myself out with the knife. All right. Doesn't really matter. There is a cartoon on YouTube apparently, and you can like scan the QR code and whatever, and it'll take you to the cartoon. But again, part of the fun of this is that it's not a franchise. It's just like this weird toy line that showed up in Dollar Tree, and you actually afford it. So this is the drone figure. See if I can get that there. So yeah, this is just the grunt enemy guy. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not It's a $1.50. It's the plastic is pretty cheap, and the paint job is efficient. The sculpting's actually surprisingly good though. For this, they did have the human figures as well. I didn't choose to buy them because I didn't really care if I got the whole line. But also, like, when you know what they're supposed to look like when they're human figures, it really shows the weaknesses of the sculpting. But for the aliens, it's fine. So that's the drone. Next up, we have the Brute. So this guy is he's the powerhouse one. He's the special ops sort of when you need the tank. We need the tank boss. That's what the Brute is for. And so let's do this. And so my wife's just sneaking by, sneaking in, sneaking back out. Yeah, this is the Brute right here. Bye. So this is the Brute. He's the strong guy. That's his accessory gun there, and similar, but looks like the tank. Um, there against the drone. And then we have the leader guy, the platoon leader, which is this Synthoid. So this is a robot. Very even stronger than the Brute. But yeah, this is like a AI sort of whatever guy apparently. The platoon leader, the brains of the operation. So let's open him up. All right, and there he is. And now he comes with no weapons, but he's got something else that he can do that is kind of fun. And that is why I bought these accessory packs. So, as I said, the Final Faction figures, they all come with these accessory packs. You can customize them and troop build and all sort of fun stuff. And this accessory pack right here comes with a bunch of arms for the Synthoid. So we've got battle arms, trap arm, needle arm. So just however you want them to look. So let's just tear that open. Open. And open. There's me. Alright, so we got extra arms. So now we've got, let's see, we've got this arm. So now, oh good, Synthoid has 2 matching arms now. So we got that, that's fun. Or you can pull that out, put in needle arm. That looks rather ghoulish. Would not want to be probed by that, thank you. Or take out both arms. And these are just like simple, just holes with the arms go in. They're not anything spectacular, which they don't have to be. That is fine. Oh, do these... Oh, these go on the back. Oh, okay, there we go. So, here we go. We got some back blasters right there. Pretty cool. And we'll put in... Let's see, what arms can we put in? Well, if we don't want to give him any hands at all, we can put in this one blade arm, and then this one needle arm here. And there we go. Now he's got blasters and all sorts of things like that. Or we can just put in both of his arms again. But, come on, get in there. Apparently slight weakness is you have to make sure you really get it in the proper place to get those arms back in. There we go. So yeah, but yeah, I love the fact that that is not going in there very well. I mean, it's cheap, $1.50, right? Get what you pay for, which is better than more expensive toys where you don't get what you pay for anyways. Yeah, and with these things being $1.50, you can like troop build and customize so easily. So you could buy like, one Synthoid pack and 2 Synthoids for let's see, that's $4.50. You can buy 2 Synthoids and 1 Synthoid accessory pack and create like 2 like separate Synthoid troopers here. So that's kind of fun. And then we've got this weapons pack here. So let's pull that open. And we've got these backpacks with all sorts of fun stuff here. Let's see what works, what does not. So there we go. And now the Brute has some funky backpack thing going on there, which looks, actually, I really like how it looks insectoid there. That's really cool. So we got that. We can put this one on this guy. There we go. Now he's tricked out. And we've got this extra blaster here. So, which is actually in a better color scheme than the one that the drone comes with. So there we go. Now we've got those guys set up there. That's pretty slick. What were those accessories anyways? The Quake Arm pack here. The Grabber shoots a piercing projectile, hooks an enemy. Weapon pulls them close. Acid Spitter attaches to the back and shoots short-range acid blasts. Spike Launcher attaches to the back and shoots short-range spike-like projectiles. So I guess this is the Acid Spitter. That's the Spike Launcher. This would be the Grabber, I guess. It's got the little hook on the end there. Cool. Either way, yeah, these are really kind of fun. And this is exactly the sort of thing that I would have, again, loved as a kid. And, like, as a kid, one of the things that I did is, use the G.I. Joes. Use my G.I. Joe figures in adventures that I made up myself. And not just as G.I. Joe, but just, like, here is Gary Stu version of me, fighting Alien, fighting whatever. I could totally see having bought these as complements to my G.I. Joe figures. Like G.I. Joe versus these weird alien insectoid menaces. That would definitely have been on my my list of things to do. Kind of curious here. This seems a little better molded for this guy, actually. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder if this works better for this guy then. Oh, it does. Yeah, okay, so that's how it's supposed to go then. Not there is a supposed to, but that actually fits a lot better on the Brute. There, the Spike Launcher. And then the Acid Spitters work better on the drone there. But I love the sculpting on these. It's really good, actually. Got that creepy extraterrestrial vibe going on there. These are some really cute little figures. I really like these. I'm glad they finally had Final Faction figures in my local Dollar Tree. For like cheap, fun little retro figures that you're paying $1.50 per figure and per accessory set compared to 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, $70 for most collector toys nowadays. And it's you could spend $100 on a Ninja Turtle figure to recapture all that retro thing. Whereas for me, the retro vibe here is like, yeah, I just went into a local store and bought some weird random no-name toy just because it looked cool for $1.50 for lunch money. And that is so fun. That is so retro. That is the retro experience right there. So yeah, these Final Faction figures are pretty cool. And maybe I'll get more of them. I don't know. We'll see if it's worth my time to make a Final Faction collection, or I'll just be satisfied with these three. But yeah, these are a lot of fun. I like these guys. Anyways, that's it. Toy review. I hope that the dozen of you who watch this enjoy it. And yeah, we'll see you next time.